Hai, selamat datang ke program JMB atau lebih dikenali sebagai Jom Minum Bersama. Saya PMGR Nevish. Pada hari ini kita akan berbincang mengenai topik-topik yang berkenaan dengan pengurusan hartanah. Pada hari ini kita ada seorang tetamu khas yang bernama Mr. Shankar Rao daripada syarikat Energy Chain Solutions Sdn Bhd. Beliau merupakan Managing Director syarikat tersebut. Hai Mr. Shankar, apa khabar?
I'm good. Apa khabar?
Okay.
Apa khabar, Nevis?
So, Mr. Shankar, boleh tak Mr. Shankar memperkenalkan diri dan juga memperkenalkan serba sedikit mengenai syarikat Mr. Shankar iaitu Energy Chain Solutions Sdn Bhd kepada viewers kita, dan what sort of mode of business are you actually doing?
Alright. Okay, first of all, as Mr. Nevis said, I'm Shankar. Our company called Energy Chain Solutions Malaysia Sdn Bhd established on 2019, and basically company kami actually they are doing energy management.
Okay.
And our key role of our business actually is energy efficiency.
Alright.
Memang kebanyakan orang akan bringing over that they would like to save the first key point, so-called electricity.
Understood.
So that's where we are coming in.
Okay, so I would just say you are the right person to ask even in terms of pengurusan tenaga, energy management, alright? So, Mr. Shankar, topik kita pada hari ini adalah pendekatan holistik kepada ESG dalam aspek pengurusan hartanah. Itu adalah topik kita pada hari ini, dan melalui topik tersebut saya ingin mengajukan soalan pertama kepada Cik Shankar. Apakah elemen ESG, alright, yang paling penting untuk difokuskan dalam pengurusan hartanah moden di Malaysia?
Alright. ESG, the key point ESG been implemented in Malaysia is that the government are looking on 2050 for zero emissions.
Alright.
Okay, that's a key point.
Alright.
That's where kebanyakan pengurusan harta, commercials all coming in to see how eventually to save. Because year to year date, the carbon emissions are going up and up.
Okay.
Yang di mana boleh nampak impact yang paling besar raising up of the temperatures.
Understood.
Yeah, if you see like 5 years ago in Malaysia and 5 years now, the temperatures difference are it's very different. So that's where WHO came out with the responsible that let's go for zero emissions. Okay, when coming on this questions that which is actually really looks on that, always I will say that the user are the first one. They are actually the integrator. They adalah orang tengah. And they are the one going to use it. They are the one going to pay for it.
Understood.
So as an environment, we are also part of an environment.
Yep.
Let's not talk about the government spend, which is more on policies. When it comes on the environment impact, that's where a lot of modernization aware that some costs need to be been paid out. So come back to the socials. The social studies which we see that the user, whereby they have to think again. Betul tak? Very simple that, okay, I have air conditioning, already 15 years ago air conditioning. Is it still efficient or not?
Understood.
That's where we are coming in. That's where we come in. Rather than think about a green energy, whatever we think about, are you efficiently using this air conditioning or not? You see, there's one impact when we talk about environment. 15 years aircon, okay, we just change it to inverter. But what is happening to that particular equipment? How you want to dispose it?
Correct.
Is it going to be disposed away? Here Malaysia is very simple. Satu aircon saya buka terus besi buruk. How the besi buruk guys going to dispose it?
Dismantle and dispose it.
So like the gas R22, and now it's already like R415, which is 415A. It's already upgraded version, and also now got R32, which is more environmental friendly. But what happened is R22? It's actually tearing down the ozone. It's just it's just a milligram, right? But what happened? 2 to 300 units been disposed.
True.
Am I right? So always is the way think about the user. For me, I'll say that the end user actually the king player
The
here.
king player.
Yeah.
Okay, alright. Terima kasih Mr. Shankar. Saya rasa daripada point yang Mr. Shankar bagi tahu, peranan utama adalah kita. You know, the starting point is we must change, alright, towards the goal where, you know, to go into a zero carbon, right? Zero carbon by the year of 2050. So macam Encik Shankar bagi tahu tadi, penukaran sistem ataupun penghawa dingin daripada 15 tahun, you know, we have to change. Jadi bila adanya perubahan masa, kita perlulah membuat perubahan yang sepatutnya kita perlu lakukan. So jadi saya ingin bertanya kepada soalan yang seterusnya. Jadi bagaimanakah ESG ini boleh membantu mengurangkan risiko pelanggaran keselamatan dalam pengurusan bangunan?
Okay. When we talk about this ESG, always about we start in our role here in energy management. We talk about energy efficiency and we talk about a very big things happening, IoT, data analytic. Most of these building starting somewhere, they would like to start somewhere, they would like to do something, they would like to save a lot of things, but the data analytics is not there. Okay, most of it. Even though we are saying commercially type the building monitoring system, they are not a data analytic type, which is not to say outdated, but how to improvise it.
Okay,
That's where we have to start from the analytic.
understood.
From there, the risk management eventually can go down. We have audited some of these properties, which is more than 20 to 30 years. They say it looks good. But when we do this data analytic, we saw a lot of hardened cables, a lot of distribution cables, which is also indirectly impacted to the energy wastage. Yeah. So kalau building tersebut are very actively doing auditing for energy, eventually are recommended every 2 years. Kalau kita tengok dekat the Energy Commission Suruhanjaya Tenaga Malaysia, which is more on the very high role in ESG, they also say it's every 2 years you need to visit what is your installation right. By doing that, first of all, the safety is already been upkeep. Number two, the waste of the energy can be reduced. It can't go zero, but can be reduced.
Understood. Okay. So, talking about ESG, I want to go a bit deeper inside. All right. So, as we know, the importance of ESG, right, in Malaysia right now, and I think all over the world, they are still the implementation is getting, the standard of ESG is getting higher and higher. So, bila kita melakukan kepentingan, the importance, right, berdasarkan ekonomi dan juga keperluan. Alright. Jadi apakah standard ESG? Bermaksud kalau saya sebagai seorang pengguna, jadi saya perlukah mengikut ekonomi, alright, ataupun keperluan saya sendiri? So saya rasa soalan tersebut mungkin akan berlari, di dalam minda seseorang pengguna. Sebab apabila kita mengatakan sebagai ESG, so mereka pun masih lagi terpinga-pinga. Apakah perlu kita lakukan ESG, apa tu ESG kan? So jadi kita boleh tak Mr. Shankar berdasarkan daripada pengalaman, mungkin boleh berikan sedikit case study ke ataupun ada sedikit senario di mana kita boleh memberikan lebih lagi pemahaman.
Alright. Dalam Malaysia, eventually kepada pengguna, there is a lot of input been given about star rating products.
Okay.
Right? There's a lot of star rating. There's 3-star, recommended 3-star, 5-star. Dan tenaga lestari ini also we receive government are giving grant and also they're giving tax reduction.
Okay.
If you buy star rating product as a pengguna, if you already decided to buy something, there is two things you can have a look on this. First of all, how many star?
Yes. Itu yang saya nak tanya tu.
That's the first one.
Yes.
Recommended 3 star and above. 1 star is just a compliance. 2 star, there is some SOPs inside there. 3 star eventually is efficiency. 4 star eventually it's actually already a brand standard eventually. Malaysia's recommended 3 star and above.
3 star.
Because 3 star it's already it's eventually can be just started enough for usage on that. Number 2, everybody can Google. As a user, you can Google MS1525. When we talk about governance, this is the standards. MS1525 says that is this product, what sort of safety are on the product you're going to use. If you say about LED lights, MS1525 had stated out, is it your eye safe enough to use this LED or not? So technical, but just see the first 2 page. For the user, it's just first 2 page. Hey, is it okay or not? So when I buy a bulb, so-called LED bulbs, right? So everybody are going to these 40 watts. Those days they call fluorescence lights goes to LED.
Correct.
So when for 40, eventually it's 18 watts. Where is 40? I just changed to 18 watts. I got a reductions.
Yep.
A very direct reductions. But 18 watts, is it safe or not?
True.
That's where MS1525 are playing the role over there. Malaysian standard. Those days they call BS standards because we have been governed by British those days.
I see.
So
Okay.
from BS, eventually it goes to MS.
Okay.
So Malaysian standards. So for building operators, I recommend these JMBs, these MCs eventually, when they want to buy some general common area products, they can always ask the vendors, is this MS1525 compliance or not? Because when you're putting a standard, I'm going to go for ESG. When it comes on environmental and governance, they always comes where's the documentation to support when you are doing the final audit, are you following the standards or not? So this very basic SOP and so-called governance standard actually goes further than now.
Okay.
There is also ISO, but we don't want to talk about it. It's very, very
Too detailed.
too detailed.
All right. Okay. So, Mr. Shankar, now your role as an energy manager, right? Energy manager. Now, talking about ESG, that scope is a very huge scope, all right?
Correct.
Because we have implementation of solar, we have LED light, we have rainwater harvesting. So many types of governance or policies are there. So, how do we actually manage, on this overall basis? Because when we take a building, right, we have lift, we have motors, we have pumps and all those things. So how do you actually advise the JMB or the MCs, to actually reduce the usage of the electricity or to save the carbon emission?
Okay. We always recommended to the client that this is our first principle. We will do energy efficiency implementation without jeopardizing the final user comfort level.
Okay, faham.
Okay, that is the first principle.
Okay.
Just shutting down the light, actually you're putting a risk behind. That particular area, maybe the users are going, you just shut off the light at the midnight, suddenly somebody goes over, they could have a fault elsewhere. But what is an efficient way to do that? There's a motion sensors nowadays, am I right? So you put a motion sensors. That is actually, you're not jeopardizing the safety. The thing is still there, you're not off, but you just implemented some motion sensors over there.
Just to reduce the
Correct.
the usage.
Correct. But you're not jeopardizing the risk of the user.
Understood.
Am I right? Number 2, what we call the common area pumps, everything. There are a lot of people saying that, the pump, you want to put up efficient way to do that. Let's put VFDs, variable frequency drive or variable speed drive. But is it cost efficient? Is it going to be the return of investment is going to be there or not. Principal way that these things need to be evaluated. So rather than we are goes to clients saying that you need to put this and put that, the first principle always we start actually a very low cost investment. We will do that. We so-called that carry out audits. We have three multiple type of audits: level 1, level 2, and level 3. Always recommended on level 1 first. It's very minimal cost, and it can find a way what actually the loophole.
I see.
Yeah,
I
level
see.
2 will be how to close the loophole.
Okay.
What will be the medium cost of investment immediately? Can I get the ROI within 24 months or not?
Okay.
Level 3, a bigger impact, like very old buildings, and you want to do major things. I'm going to do zero emissions. Maybe what can be done before I take over this property?
Okay.
Okay, so that is actually the recommended. Rather than putting a lot of solar space and everything, let's set up the energy efficient way first. See the SOPs, put up the energy management systems over there. Energy management system is actually standard operating procedures or policy and procedures only. It doesn't mean that putting some system over there. It's just a write up, a very simple 10 to 20 page. Like for condominium, maybe it's going to be like 5 to 7 page. This is how it's going to be. I just tell my technician, I just tell my supervisor, I just tell to my security, I just tell to the waste management guy, I will tell to the my vendor how the procedure is going to be. Set up the ESG on the
SOPs.
SOPs first
Okay. Okay.
before implementing anything.
Okay, jadi para viewers, so jadi based on apa yang Mr. Shankar telah bagi tahu, apabila kita duduk sebagai seorang managing agent ataupun seorang pengurus hartanah, paling penting adalah kita perlu set the SOP. Alright, jadi daripada proses pertama sampai ke proses terakhir, perlulah ditulis dengan teliti dan juga ia perlu diberikan kepada semua vendor-vendor kita. Seperti contoh macam cleaning company, security, So, jadi mereka tahu bahawa peranan mereka juga adalah penting. Sebab contoh kita ambil satu situasi, cleaner kita tengah bersihkan tandas, lepas tu bila dah habis, mereka juga perlu tahu untuk tutupkan off switch lampu tersebut. Jadi, ia adalah tugas dan tanggungjawab sebagai seorang pengurus hartanah untuk memberitahu kepada mereka. Alright, so ini adalah satu contoh. Okay, Mr. Shankar. Tadi Mr. Shankar dah bagi tahu pasal bangunan lama. Okay, sekarang saya nak ajukan satu soalan kepada anda. Jadi apakah pemahaman, alright, based in your experience lah, apakah pemahaman pemilik-pemilik rumah ataupun JMB ataupun MC yang mana mereka adalah pemilik yang berada di bangunan lama? Sebab bangunan baru sekarang most of the developers mereka dah implement LED and all those things. Tapi bila kita tengok kepada bangunan lama, mereka pertama sekali mereka tak ada capex untuk mengubahkan the system. So jadi based on your experience, what sort of challenges, apakah cabaran yang Mr. Shankar alami dan apakah solusi, what sort of solution actually you provide to them?
Okay, previously when I started this project we had this project in 2021 after the third MCO phases going up. That particular phase 1, phase 2, the electricity cost was very down. And some which is always sitting in the home, they saw the electricity was good. Governments are giving a lot of incentive that particular period, rebates. When the rebates all goes off, suddenly the price is hiking up.
Okay.
And our key client was these old buildings. It's not to say that they never changed the light, they never changed the, but the main infra, it's not been highlighted. The first recommendation which is I given to them to carry out this level 1 audit, to come out one comprehensive level 1 audit, which is covering both, actually covering three parties. First party, the energy provider.
Okay.
Here we call for KL, let's say for instance for Pelaya, we call so-called TNB, we call Shabas. They are all energy providers. Some areas they are Petronas like LPG gas systems, everything, like service apartment, right?
Okay.
So they are all having these three types of energy providers. Evaluate whether they have given sufficient demand or not. The supply and demand is not. Second thing, how it was being distributed to the building. Then third, how it was received at the user end. There's a cost anyhow. But from there, when we started to do the infra to get it solution was very high. That's why ECS, Energy Change Solution, ECS, came out with this solution, taking these IoT solutions,
Understood.
gathered in. The users also can buy it, and the building owners also can buy it in a very cost-efficient way. Doesn't involve a big investment because it doesn't need to run back new cabling. As long as you have a SIM card, you have a mobile, you put the device,
That's it.
you can do the analysis. Always again, I come back to first question. Start with your analytic first.
Okay. Now, when you are telling that, to go on the IoT and all those things, right? But I just wanted to ask, based on your experience, what is the acceptance, the acceptant mind of these people, all right? Whether when you say this, look, we have a solution based on the environmental, social, and governance, but we can reduce that and this, but what is their mindset? Apakah mindset mereka? Sebab kita perlu bagi tahu juga. Sebab saya nak mempertekankan perkara ini sebab saya nak viewers faham. Jadi mereka ada juga segolongan yang sebegini. Jadi saya nak kita punya message ni sampai ke target audience tersebut. So jadi mereka bolehlah keluar daripada barrier mereka dan start to think, okay, let's look into this, into the so-called IoT and all those things. Rather than just tengok maintenance fund kita, alamak tak cukup duit, bila kita nak buat, sampai bila-bila pun tak boleh buat. So jadi, saya nak tanya Encik Shankar, semenjak pengalaman, bila Encik Shankar bagi tahu, okay, kita perlu buat perubahan ni, kita perlu buat perubahan tersebut mengikut ESG, apakah implementasi, their mindset? Are they receiving it positively?
Now, eventually, even we are talking about the end users or the commercial property operators, eventually gadgets are the new things. Everybody likes phones.
Correct.
Am I right? Rather than sitting in front of the PC and doing something, but now the gadgets are available on here. The first key interest when we show them, okay, let's just open one side and show you. The first interest, hey, I can see in the phone.
All right.
Am I right? Now, everybody want to be mobile.
Correct.
Am I right? If you want to be mobile, what are you going to invest? Right? Like some people like Androids, some people like iPhones. Am I right?
True.
So, but there is a different way of perceptions, right? Even though, okay, I want to go Android, there's still a lot of specs. Maybe I want to go this particular brand gadgets because they have high hand of data receive. So when I put some apps inside there, it can give data. People need to evolve. That's only I can tell.
I think not evolve, yes, but also by implementing these IoTs, right? I think kita juga boleh create convenience.
Correct.
Daripada mendapatkan maklumat tersebut, right?
Yeah.
Daripada we are just sitting down, without any clue. So now we have this solution, and let's work together, right? So I hope the homeowners, alright, daripada tengok kita punya podcast pada hari ini, mungkin pemilik rumah boleh pergi ke management office ataupun berjumpa dengan pihak JMB members, AJK dan bertanyakan kepada mereka, hey guys, are you guys planning for any ESG implementation? Alright, so try to open their mind rather than once kita dah dapat pemahaman, mungkin kita boleh share kita punya knowledge. And saya juga believe that Google is there, kita juga boleh dapatkan banyak maklumat berkenaan dengan ESG ni, ataupun or you can always contact service provider seperti Mr. Shankar ni untuk membawa mereka masuk dan start to brainstorm, how can we do evolve kita punya bangunan ni by implementing the ESG solution. Am I right, Mr. Shankar?
Yes, correct.
Yes. So I think this would be a two-way communication. All right. So, Mr. Shankar, I think your explanation is very good, and I think we are now. I want to capture more on this energy management, right? So, when we talk about lifts and other angle of equipment in the building, so the only way we can monitor is from the IoT, right? So how do we actually control the energy planning? How do you actually plan? Yeah, that's would be the right word. Bagaimana, apakah cara Mr. Shankar, syarikat Mr. Shankar plan kan energy management? Contoh macam lift kena pakai 10%. Contoh untuk swimming pool punya pump kena pakai 5%. Adakah begitu ataupun mungkin persepsi saya mungkin salah. So apakah pandangan dan solusi daripada Mr. Shankar?
Okay. At the moment, when we talk about this renewable energy, so most straightforward thinking about solar.
Betul.
Alright.
Betul.
Tapi in lift, there's already have a lot of improvisations already happen. They have
Okay.
this, they call renewable drive in a lift.
Okay.
But there's an investment.
Understood.
It asks the fella to install, change the drive, which is it can dia boleh to buy, it will start back and do that. Then if you install a solar, okay, in a building we have these difficulties. Dekat KL, we have some projects. Even we're going to start another two. We just received another project in Bukit Bintang, installing solar panel. Tapi bila install solar panel, berapa besar dia boleh bagi?
Betul.
So the investment should be in the storage. And story what we tell that the demand control. Bila kami datang ke a property, in our report, always we close with the demand control. How you going to do your supply and the demand?
Demand control, yeah?
Yes, correct. That's a system we call demand control. We start in manual first. We'll start in the manual first, set up the SOP, the manual, everybody's okay. Then we'll automate it. IoT is the first things start first. These are all our properties. Even they gave us a level 2 audit fee, we still bring our IoT solutions inside, even though we never charge. But we just put it because easy for us, easy for the client to monitor. We had just recently this year, we managed to save 70% of electricity bill in 2 of condominium properties.
That's great. That's great.
They were paying for the last 1 year almost 10,000 ringgit extra. You see, always after they deduct all the tenancy bill, everything, TNB will give this is 10,000. So what happened? The demand control wasn't there. After we did the audit, third week we found the demand control wasn't right. Everything was running just the wire.
I see.
It went to 3,000 ringgit.
Oh, that's great.
And that JMB, we did some additional thing. They called for a meeting. They appreciated us and paid us extra.
Exactly. So
Is it-
that's where the point I'm coming.
Yeah.
So it's very important actually untuk pihak JMB, MC members ni daripada duduk dalam group tu bersembang saja, panggil lah key players opinion, So bawa mereka dan duduk dalam monthly meeting and try to look out for solution. Alright. So Mr. Shankar, I think kita sudah sampai ke penghujung rancangan dan saya sebelum kita wrap up, saya nak tanya satu soalan yang agak penting. Jadi berdasarkan daripada pandangan Cik Shankar, apakah masa hadapan ESG dalam sektor pengurusan hartanah? Just a short one.
It's actually going to give a very what we call tariff recognitions to futures property owners or property operators. ESG is a way forward, which is you are looking in a 3 years time. There's going to be carbon credits.
Okay.
Carbon credit adalah how much energy you have saved. Eventually you can sell back. That's why if you go to currently what's happening in Bursa Saham, they have come out with these carbon credit shares. This is the start point. Malaysia's already started that. It's only not been implemented 100% because the carbon credit at the moment recorded, it's very, very low.
Understood.
The main key person and analytic is not there.
Understood.
There's no full analytics over there. We found a lot of developers now, recently, all the big players now, they're already going for that. And they already been recognized. And it's going to be very good recognitions for JMB, for MC as a member, that they have been certified. And this will be bring up the value of
That's right,
the
boy.
property.
That's right, boy.
Because you are already very efficient. You're already in an energy efficient way of the building. A new property, guys, whoever want to buy a property, the first thing if you see, okay, this property be recognized, one of our ESG's certification, definitely you're going to buy the property.
Yep, true.
Because in future you're going to see, I'm going to save my energy, my maintenance cost going to be lesser. It's a lot of good ways I can work with these particular properties.
Alright, okay. Alright. So, terima kasih Encik Shankar. Thank you very much. Okay. Kepada viewers saya, kalau mereka nak berhubung ataupun nak mendapatkan servis daripada syarikat Encik Shankar, bagaimanakah mereka boleh menghubungi syarikat Encik Shankar?
Alright. We are always active in Facebook, Energy Chain Solution. Just click the Facebook. You can contact to our organizers inside there, or you can go to the website www.energy-chain-solution.com, and you can find all our activities which is going on there.
Okay, okay, alright. So, terima kasih Encik Shankar. Sekali lagi saya ingin ucapkan kerana telah sudi hadir kepada rancangan podcast kami. Dan pastikan anda like, follow dan subscribe untuk mendapatkan tips dan nasihat. Dan jika anda ada sebarang jenis soalan, sila bertanya di bahagian komen dan saya akan berjumpa anda di episod yang akan datang. Thank you.